What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today's gonna be a brand new video. Disregard my appearance. We're almost out of here. We're almost done with, you know what? I can't say it because I'll get demonetized if I say it. So not gonna say it, but you guys know what's going on in the world right now. But we got a brand new video. We got a Q&A video. On Twitter, I asked you guys, give me some Q&A questions. I want to do a YouTube video. I'm going to include your tweets. I want to get through as many of them as I can. We'll see how many end up making the cut, whether, it's relevant information or not. So with that being said, thank you everyone that's tuned in. Let's get right into the action. I'm excited to answer some questions. First up, we got a question from Young Chasey Boy. How did you grow such a beautiful beard? So it was actually never my intentions to grow this out. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm going to be frank. It was never my goal to grow this out. What had happened was the day before, you know what happened, and we weren't allowed to go anywhere. I actually had a haircut appointment. And then I got an email saying, hey, we have to cancel because of what's going on. We're going to reschedule it for next week. Next week rolled around, everything was closed. So ended up growing this for, 2 months now? This is definitely not my intention. Yes, it's big, it's beautiful, it's a lot of hair. I look like a wildebeest. This is not my intention, I swear. Next up, who is your favorite streamer? This comes in from Dire Sly. Who's my favorite streamer? That's a good one. I mean, my favorite streamer of all time is probably going to be Ninja. He was one of the first streamers that I actually got into watching streaming. I would watch some streams here or there, but I would never really get into watching streamers. Back in the day, I would watch a lot of RuneScape streamers. So I'd watch Ice Poseidon, Bodhi, people in that nature. But I never really tuned into a stream on a consistent basis until I started watching Ninja. I would be in my office and I would have 3 screens. I'd have 2 screens for work, one for emails, one for work, and then my 3rd screen would have Ninja up. And he was the first streamer I really got into watching a lot. I would watch a lot of him. I'd watch CDN the Third, Dr. Disrespect. Those are guys that I like their content, and I tune in on a regular basis to those streamers. Okay, this is a really good question. This comes in from Cadlax in Korea, aka Cadlax18. With how successful you have been on TikTok, if they were to announce they were creating a live streaming platform, would you move from Twitch to TikTok? That's a really good question. And it's something that I think is probably the next step for TikTok. I personally believe that they're going to start a division for streaming. I don't know if it's specifically going to be for gaming. You can obviously live stream right now on there and you can get donations through their virtual gifts. But I do believe that eventually they're going to have a separate section where you can get a stream key and stream directly from OBS. I don't know if they'll just let you stream and then the only way you can monetize is using gifts. But I do see them really going down that route and just taking a stab at streaming. They already have the whole basis for it. They have discoverability. I see why not. Would I switch? Because of how active my community is, I think I definitely would probably do it. I think that I would be one of the first pioneers of it. And I think just how active a community we have on TikTok already, I think that I could probably be one of the larger streamers on that platform. From Eclipse, aka TXC Clan 7, what inspired you to create content? I always loved the idea of content creation, whether it be gaming or not. I love creating content. I believe that I have a personality and a persona for content where my ideas for the content I create, I just feel connects with people. I like the idea of connecting with people. And the one thing that when I would watch Ninja, and that's a big reason why I would watch him, is when I would watch Ninja, I would have this connection with him. I would watch him wow, I like this guy. You know what I mean? And I always thought I can make content where people go, wow, I like him. I like the content. I like the idea of the content. And that was really my initial inspiration. I've always been into content, but I think people like Dr. Disrespect and Ninja, who they made their personalities known through their gameplay, which is how they created content, is something that I was really inspired by and something that I feel like my TikToks show. Like all the different characters I make in my TikToks, whether it's my mom, the green alien, when I act like a little kid, the GameStop employee, I like to make it a personality. And that's really the type of content that like, that's like what inspired me to create the content. Do you hire someone to do your designs for your streams? If so, who? When it comes to my thumbnails, basically 99.9% of the designs that you see on my stream, that is all the person that's also editing this video, which is Smooth Ownz. Smooth has basically been my go-to, partner in content creation. The guy's basically the biggest reason why I am where I'm at. And it goes much farther than just the designs, but you look at my computer background, you look at my stream when we were on Mixer and all the cool stuff he would make. Whenever I need a new design, whenever it's thumbnails, whenever it's an intro, that was all Smooth. When it comes to like my header, my new logo, and my panels and like my overlay on stream right now, that was done by Advinly. I like Advinly a lot. The guy is one of the hardest working designers I know. Super cool dude. He took my vision for what I had for my overlay, for my logo, and my panels and put it together, and he does an amazing job. So much love to both of those guys for all the design work they've done for me. From Eros, aka NQ Cupid. Any advice for people who want to get into streaming? My biggest advice is you want to have fun with it, right? Like the biggest thing that I see people make a mistake of, they go into it going, I'm going to do this to make money. It's very hard to just go into streaming without a base. So like if you're, let's say, a big content creator on TikTok or Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, and then you go, I want to monetize my content, then you can stream. Like what I mean by that is if you already have such a huge audience and you want to be able for them to support you monetarily, they can subscribe to you, they can donate to you, they can give you whatever virtual currency is on your platform, then you stream. But if you want to get into streaming because you like streaming, you really need a passion for it, and it can't be the drive to make money. That's the biggest thing. Like when I first started streaming, I literally just did it to have fun. And it got to where it got to is now where I can monetize it. But if you want to get into streaming, it's got to be for a reason where you either want to make content, either you want to enjoy streaming and talking to other people, or it's just, this is your thing. Like you can tell that you want to be a streamer. Keanu Tube asks, can I ask 2 questions? So I'll answer both of his questions. Favorite social media platform? I would have to say currently, it's TikTok by far. I feel like it's let me express myself immensely. I am able to realistically get a lot of my creative side out in short form content that is consumed by people that actually like that type of content, because the For You page on TikTok, the content is made specifically based on the stuff that you like. So TikTok is going to show my content to people who like that type of content, which is a huge part of why I love it. I would say that Twitter, even though it's been so negative lately, is probably number 2, and then Instagram's number 3. And then he asked, Keanu Tube asked the second question, so I'll answer it. It's a good question, so I'll give it to him. What do you prefer, Mixer or Twitch, and why? Advantages and disadvantages of both. So I'm not gonna go too deep into it. If you're a fanboy of one or the other, don't get upset at me for saying this or that. If you're a person who doesn't care about turning streaming into a career and you just want to build a community that is there to support you, I would say that Mixer is such a great spot to be at. It is very easy to be discovered even if you have the smallest base on Mixer. There is no discoverability on either or platform where they go, hey, this is your guy to watch because of X, Y, and Z reason. But when you have 10 viewers, for example, you are much higher on the directory on a platform like Mixer than you are on Twitch. You're buried. Even me having 100 plus to 200 viewers on Twitch, my discoverability from search is so minimal. But when I was holding even 20 viewers on Mixer, people would come by and find me from searching the game that I was playing. So when it comes to monetization, I would say you got to go with an option like Twitch. In my opinion, it's just much more superior than those two. I do obviously think there's better options in Facebook and YouTube, but if between those two choices, I'm gonna have to go with Twitch. So Sweaty Build 7, aka Quinto Barrett, says, when did you start streaming and what got you noticed? I would say, so I started streaming originally from my Xbox at the start of 2018, and I was just streaming so I can show my friends that I beat my other friends in UFC. Because what they would do is they would say that they didn't win. Even if I took a screenshot, they didn't know, like they would act like you didn't win. So what I did was I found out that Twitch had a VOD system, so video on demand, and I can record us playing against each other and it'll be saved on my page. So I would play here and there, but then people would start coming by and I was like, wait, hold on. Is this real life? Like people are actually like coming by. So people started chatting with me that way. And then I was like, people started asking on a consistent basis, hey, can you go live? Can you go live? I'd really appreciate if you went live. And then I was like, dang it. Like I have to go, at this point, I have to go live, you know? So then I started streaming on a regular basis. Not once like Fortnite came out, I was streaming on a regular basis. And then I had taken 2 months off in like June and July when I went on vacation. And at the end of July, my buddy Mr. Dino told me, hey, there's this platform called Mixer. You should check it out. It's more console friendly. There's a lot of console viewers on there as well. So when I had switched over there, I already had like 10 to 20 viewers that were watching me on a regular basis. Plus I had a lot of my friends and family would watch, and we brought everyone over, and having that many viewers put me on like the third and fourth row of, you know, Fortnite. And they had something called Hype Zone, which would get you noticed and stuff like that. And I just had started growing my way. And I think the biggest thing that got me noticed was my personality, my gameplay, and just how consistent I was as a streamer. Joey Dedetta says, how did you grow your YouTube? It's a good one. So the biggest thing that really got us grinding YouTube was the fact that I felt I was a little stagnant in growth on all my socials and on my stream. And I was like, why not use the biggest platform for discoverability, which is YouTube, and start posting? So we were stuck at what do we do? What do we do? And Smooth had run by a video that said, post for 30 days straight of whatever content you think is good. And then from there, figure it out if it's good and if it works. So that's what we did. For 30 days, we wrote down all the ideas we could, and we just kept putting out content for 30 days. Boom, boom, boom. We did montages. We did sniper montages. We did highlights of the stream. We did some cool ideas left and right. We did some challenges and all that. And we started seeing what was working as we were getting consistent viewership, as we were getting consistent growth in subscribers. But then I had realized, why am I not promoting my YouTube on my social medias? Why am I not going to my Twitter and my TikTok and my Instagram and, you know, promoting my videos for the people that follow me in other social medias? And then the subscribers just started going up and up and up. And now we're at a point where I have way more subscribers than I do have videos coming out. So I need to start pumping out content again, which I will, just like this video. So YT Celtics fan 430 says, what was your least favorite subject when you were a kid? I would say my least favorite subject when I was a kid was by far English. And I'll explain why. So I hated having to read books that I had zero interest in. Whenever we had like assignments where we can read any book we wanted and then do like an essay on that, I loved that because I can go out and read something that I really enjoyed. But I hated reading stuff that I just had zero interest in. I felt like it felt like such a chore. And reading is one of those things where it's like, if you're not interested in it, you're just going to drag it. And you're not going to care. You're going to go on Spark Notes and, you know, cheat your way through it. And I'll be honest, I did that a lot. I would go through Spark Notes rather than reading the book and miss obviously so many little key elements of a book that you need. But if I had no interest in it, I just wasn't in it. That's why English was by far my least favorite. Michael Fisher, aka Mike Ninja 55, is Allenownz your real name? With a clown emoji. Allenownz is not my real name. Allen is my real name. Okay? Ownz is for the fact that I owns in everything I play. The Warrior 78. This is a really good question. Did you think you would get to where you are today? Yes. I always say this, people. You're not going to get to anywhere without believing that you could be there before we even started. I think that right now is just the start of where I'm at. Like, my drive for content creation and what I think I can do with content is way bigger than where I am now. I believe that I evolve with every single piece of content that I make. And I've seen the evolution through my content. I've seen my first ever streams to when I stream now. I see my first ever YouTube videos to now. I see my first ever TikTok videos to now. I evolve as we go. And I believe I'm one of those people that can adapt to any situation. And I feel like I have a personality to be one of those names that is talked about in so many different circles, about just content in general. And I truly believe I will be even way bigger than I am right now. And if you don't think that way, you're not going to get to wherever you want to be. So TB, aka Thomas B 7459058. Did it take a while to get big on Twitch and YouTube? I don't think I'm big on either or yet. But August will be 2 years of me consistently putting out content in terms of streaming and just like gaming content in general. But I really have seen a massive jump in the past 4 months. But you guys got to understand, a lot of it is about putting time into your content rather than just time in general. A lot of people think just because they go live and they stream for 8 hours that they're streaming. It's all about putting content together when you're live. Like, are you making content that you can then show on other social medias that people want to go watch? And for the longest time, I didn't do that. I would just go live and I would just have fun with the people and interact. And it would help you grow to a certain level, right? You can only get so far by doing just one thing over and over and over and over again, unless you're the absolute best at what you do. And for me, once I started like understanding that you got to start making content is when I started really growing. So I'd say it took me minimum 1.5 years to really start growing, but I don't see myself as big. We have a long way to go. I see myself being way bigger than we are right now. Do you think you will ever do fam recordings? This is from Real Doger. Like family vlogs and stuff like that. I don't think so. I don't really want to like involve my family unless they want to be involved in something like this. And neither of them have really expressed like crazy interest on being involved. And I just, with the online culture nowadays, it's a little scary getting anybody involved that's not yourself. I've seen a lot of, younger content creators getting swatted. My biggest fear is, God forbid someone finds my information and it doesn't happen to be mine, it happens to be my family's. That is one of the biggest fears of my life. And that's why I'm very big on like keeping my family separated from it. But who knows, down the road, maybe when I get older, I do like some family vlogs with, wife, kids and stuff like that. But that's way down the road. I don't know. We'll see. All right. So Hyperdusk asks, what's your favorite game and console? If we're talking about all time, my favorite game by far is old school RuneScape. Now it's called old school RuneScape. It was called RuneScape at the time. It was by far my favorite game. I have maybe 3,000 to 4,000 hours in that game. It was a huge part of my life from, I want to say, 2nd or 3rd grade up until yesterday. That game is a huge part of my life. I love that game. It's something that I think until somehow the servers get shut off forever, I will probably randomly play at times again. But if you wouldn't say favorite console, I'd say my favorite all-time console would probably be maybe the Nintendo GameCube or like the Xbox 360, one or the other, I'd say. Because I think the GameCube is where I spent a lot of my time, like my own personal single-player type time. And 360 is where I definitely played the most multiplayer by far. Yeah. But I want to say, listen, guys, thank you so much, everyone that asked questions on Twitter. My first ever Q&A. This was a lot of fun. But thank you so much for the Q&A. I will definitely do another one in a couple months. And if you guys have any ideas for videos, feel free in the comments to let me know some ideas for videos. If there was any question that surprised you or shocked you, feel free to let me know what question it was. But with that being said, I just want to say thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. Peace.